All right, let's see what we got here. Hey, welcome. I am gonna make some tea and then we'll get started. Oh, gotta turn off my computer so I can hear y'all, not hear me. There we go. All right. So I'm gonna do my best with this. I haven't done this. If you're watching, say hello. I have done this, but I haven't done it in a long time. And I just put too much water in there. I think it has this lowest little max line. It says here. I can't tell what that's. I think that's a little too high. I don't know what will happen if I overfill that, but all right. Right. So yeah, go grab your favorite cozy beverage. I'm grabbing some English breakfast decaf. I thought it'd be fun. Well, yesterday, when you have the ideas and they're like, "Oh, this is such a great idea," and if you're an introvert, you make plan like, "Oh yeah, I'll go do that," and then like the day comes and you're like, "No, I don't want to do that." I do want to do the live. I'm just nervous and I don't know why, but I'm sure it's going to go fine. So we'll wait for that to boil. Um, let's see. I'll go back over here. I have a couple things going on at the same time, which is um, I set up the computer so that I could see if anybody talks or chats because I won't be able to look at the camera. And um, I'm going to get my iPad out so that I can use my references. I'm going to do a study session. Let's see if I can not make you all seasick and do a face thing. That work? Oh, let's see if that's working. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So, yesterday I worked on, well, let's just back up a minute. Yesterday I had an idea for my comic, and I get these a lot. I get the stories um, in my head, and then I want to put them down, and sketch them out. But it wasn't going the way that I wanted it to. And I don't know why it would because I haven't really practiced sketching my characters in a while because I've been building this bus out. And so I thought it would be yesterday, I thought it would be like nice to take the pressure off myself and just do messy sketching of cats. Because I haven't really figured out how to draw Winter because he's so cute and fluffy. And all my inspiration for cats has been like, skinny short hair cats. And I started just, I opened up my sketchbook and I got messy. Like I took out a Sharpie and I just scribbled, and I'll show you guys in a minute what I did. But I just scribbled and I gave myself permission to be imperfect. I gave myself permission to just go for it and not like analyze. And so I didn't use a pencil. I used a Sharpie. I didn't have an eraser or anything. I just drew cats. And, it was fun. I had a lot of fun. And through that process, I thought it'd be fun to do a study session um, and kind of like look at other cats that other people have drawn. It's not that I want to copy people's cats, but I want to practice drawing cats so that I can learn, the shapes and the different facial expressions that I want to make. And so a few months ago, I watched, I think it's called The Magical Life of Louis Waine, or it might be The Whimsical Life of Louis Waine, something like that. I don't remember if it was on Amazon or a different channel, but I think it was on Amazon. I loved it. It was so great, and it was a real, based off real life story of Louis Waine. I think it was Louis is how you say his name, but anyways, he drew cats, and that's what he became famous for while he was alive. So that was kind of an inspirational thing for me when I watched that movie, and it really kind of spearheaded my, desire to go forward with the idea of creating the Nat and Cat comic. Um, and as a true neurodivergent person, have I want to do a lot of things. I want to make jewelry. I want to paint on canvases. I love to use markers and junk journal and collage, and printmaking, and the list goes on and on. I have a bunch of egg cartons up there that I want to make paper with. It's a lot. So I'm going to try to dial it in and focus on the comic for, a little bit each day. But some of the people I love to watch on YouTube do study sessions. And so, yeah, that's how this whole idea started was, you know, take the pressure off, do a low key study session where I explore the style of Louis Waine, and um, that might be Louis. Maybe you guys know. It doesn't really matter. But if you haven't seen that movie, go watch it. Not right now, though, because you're on the live with me. So, all right, the tea has boiled. The water has boiled for the tea. So I'm going to get that, and then I will come over and let's see how this looks. My studio is a little bit of a mess right now. See if I can get that a little bit, and then I'll get tea. Okay. And I'm not really expecting, what am I not expecting? I'm not expecting, a lot of people because I just posted about it today. But if it goes well and then people are into it, then I will do it weekly. I think it would be good for me. I mentioned the other day in one of my videos that it would be fun to have a sketch session together or a art session together. And I think it kind of pushes me to create when I feel more accountable for some reason. Like I'm not all, willy-nilly about it. Willy-nilly? That's funny. I saw that on the internet yesterday and I think it's stuck in my head. But all right, so let's look over the Sharpie cats I did yesterday. And so, I was following some artists on Substack, and one of the things that stood out to me was he said that he showed a picture of all these sketchbooks, and he said, this sketchbook at the top of this stack is my comics that I've, drawn and worked on. And he said, but they're not for anyone else. They're just for me to enjoy. Well, that statement really helped me, like, not put so much pressure on myself to make the comic, because my desire is to make the comic because I want the comic, but I also want people to like the comic and enjoy the comic. But then I put pressure on myself because, oh, is it good enough, or is it going to resonate with anyone. So I think that there's a balance where I could find out, I could find that balance where I could do the comic for myself, but also be something that other people enjoy. Anyways, here's the Sharpie cats. um, I started over here, so we'll go in order of the way I started. uh, yeah, so I just took the Sharpie, a big Sharpie like this, and I just started drawing. I didn't look at any references. I do remember seeing a cat pose like this where they're licking themselves, which I thought was so adorable. And that was still in my mind, so I did that one. This was the first one I did yesterday, really fat. But when a cat kind of hunches down, they look a lot fatter than they are. Um, but yeah, I try not to give myself too much stress about just like making little drawings of cats with the Sharpie. So, and I think that I went over here um, and drew some more cats. I did some expressions with the eyes and made some notes. And I didn't do any back there. And then I hopped back over here and uh, this one cracked me up because I was trying to do like the playful pose, like when they roll over on their back. Um, this is just the head, but it's over like when they squat down and they're gonna like pounce on something. So that was fun. And there's a side view and a curled up pose, which Winter loves to do. And then like another curled up pose from the top, which I really like this one. This one really, when I did this one, it was like, oh, I love that. That's what it did for me. But, and then just some more little faces. I don't think I did any more than that, did I? No, this was before. I did those that a while ago. Oh, here's some more I did. So here's a tree hugging sketch that I did that I hated. So I just went over it. And I wrote, fill the pages with Sharpie cats. Keep drawing cats quickly until you feel happy with the outcome. So that was funny. Hi from Scotland. Oh my gosh. Hello. Um, I think about Scotland every day, multiple times a day. Um, I don't know if you know that I went there a year ago, and yeah, all my memories have come up lately on my Facebook, and it's like for me, it was such a magical place to be. And I would love it if I could get to where we could all live there like half the year. But anyways, I'm glad you're here. Um, so I just did over the tree hugging art that I didn't like, and then I did some more little facial expressions. Um, yeah. So anyways, it just gave me freedom. And so I thought that would be fun to like do, but maybe with some inspiration from Louis Waine. So we'll get the iPad out in a minute here. I want to take a sip of tea and we can check out Winter, who is sitting in, he loves to sit in this little, I have to show you guys. It's right on the other side of my computer. He loves to sit in this little bin. Hey, bud. Hi. Some that might not know, Winter is totally deaf. And so I have to like prompt him sometimes. Kinsey, however, is not deaf and she just likes to hang out, don't you, girl? So, yeah. All right. Let's have some tea and start checking out some Louis Waine cats. Louis, I think, I don't know. I feel like in the movie that his wife referred to him as Louis quite a bit. That's what I think. I'm gonna go with Louis. Hmm, good. Okay, move this out of the way. Let's get these guys up here. Check them out. Oh, I have a feeling that once you see some of these, you're going to be like, oh, yeah, I've seen those. Let's see if I can get this a little bit better. I'm sorry, you're going to see a bunch of chaos right now while I move things around. I want to give you guys the best view I can. Maybe that's good. Okay. All right. So let's look up cats. Here we go. So um, if you watch the movie, you'll know this kind of style happened a little bit later in life. The psychedelic-y, like, eyes and stuff as he got older. Um, this is kind of like how he started, was like drawing them, doing things people would do. That's really cute. Mm, see more. Cute. That's some black cats. Okay. I'm guessing those guys are singing. That's cute. I was thinking of maybe I could sketch some of these guys. Those look really hard though. Maybe start with something easier. I saw one up here that is I passed it already? Oh, I think I went back. Uh-oh. I'm gonna be in a loop now. Okay. Hmm. They were reading, not singing. Let's see. Sorry if I'm making y'all dizzy. I'll go slower. My mind is just saying, pick one. Just pick one and do it. Oh, man. Okay. I think back, back, back. Okay, I think this might be where it is. No. Maybe if I do Louis Waine, cats, reading. Hmm. Singing cats again. We'll try that. I'm not going to do all of them, but so let's see there. Might make my picture better if I turn this. Okay. Let's see. Scotland is wonderful. I was born in Northwest England and at age 40 moved to Northeast Scotland and been here 34 years now. Wow. I love that. I've also been to England and I did like it, but I did enjoy Scotland better. I loved being out in the country and just I never heard a police siren. I only saw one police car the 10 days I was there. It was in Edinburgh and it was parked. And I never saw or heard any drama there at all. It was so nice. It was very cold. We went in November, but I would do that again. My friend goes every year, and she invited me to go with her last year. But before that, maybe about 6 or 8 months before that, my ancestry updated, and it kind of narrowed down my ancestry, and the largest percent, I think it's 34 or something like that, is the Scottish Highlands. So that was really cool to feel, to go there and know that I have ancestry there. Okay, no time like the present, right? All right. Let's see here. I feel like I need to put something underneath my pad to clean it up some. I like these, I don't know, jowls maybe is what you call them, because they remind me more like Winter, who has a big fluffy face. So these cats, this is already proving to be helpful for me because I tried not to do any looking yesterday after I had this idea because I didn't want to have any preconceived like thoughts about, thoughts about what I was going to be doing. Um, but yeah, it's kind of cool to see, you know, it already helping me look at like the little poofy part of the nose. And this is really my second time sketching with a Sharpie. I thought it would help for visibility for you all, and also it just kind of gives me freedom to not really take myself too seriously. See, like I should have maybe put this up a little higher, but I'm not going to erase anything. I'm just going to go over, just kind of help train my eye to, and my muscle memory to like get some proportions differently than I Ah, he looks like a little bit of a monster right now. And then some stripies here. Finish his tie. Things are a little rough right now, but I'm kind of finding my groove. Oh. I don't really see the whiskers because of the painting, but I know they're there. And some not my dog. I ran out of room for the tail. Let's put a tail down here. Are you guys working on anything with me? Are you sketching anything? Or let me know in the comments if you're like doing any kind of studies. These ears are cute. They're like more forward facing. I think it's funny that I started up top on this cat and the other cat I started down below at the bottom of the face. But I didn't want to run out of room. Or maybe I started up there. I don't remember. I think I did start at the top. But I still am making the face too short. Didn't really do that evenly. Stop analyzing yourself, Nat. Just have fun. Cool retro cat. Yeah, those cats are from Louis Waine, and it was just really San Juan Island. Cool. Oh, Christmas fair. Yeah, it's about 6 hours ahead there. My friend and I went to the holiday market in Edinburgh last year, and I'm not a person that likes to be out in busy settings, but it was really quaint and it wasn't too busy, and we enjoyed it, having never done it before. We walked around the park and looked at the light display, and then we went over to Greyfire Bobby's and had a yummy dinner. I ate a lot of fish and chips there because I love fish and I love fish and chips. So, but I did try haggis, and that I determined that I was going to try haggis, even though I didn't feel like I would like haggis because I don't really eat meat and I don't really eat parts of animals that, well, I don't eat meat, so that's a big part of an animal. But even when I ate meat, was grossed out by like sausages and stuff and being like parts of animals that are maybe not the, you know, they don't sound like the yummiest, but everyone has their own taste. But I did eat haggis and I didn't hate it. It kind of reminded me of stuffing, like you have it, the breaded stuffing that you would have in America. You'd have it like at a holiday, but we do like to eat it more than just the holiday. We like to eat stuffing, but it did remind me like of a micro stuffing that I would have here in America. So that's how I tricked my brain into eating it, is I just pretended it was little pieces of bread that were flavored. Let's see. So I need to work on not scrunching their faces so much. Maybe for the next cat, I won't do that. But we are just trying to have fun too, so. I just want to get comfortable, you know, and not feel like, what is the word? Not feel like I'm having to be perfect with everything. Excuse me. Excuse me. Hopefully that wasn't too loud for y'all. Yeah, I need to make a space lighter down here. Get his bow tie going. I'd love to know if y'all are sketching anything, or if you're sketching cats with me, or what y'all are up to creative wise. I feel like a lot of people that watch stuff like my stuff, like to be creative or do something creative. I don't know if we can get a third cat in there or not. I'm gonna try. I can picture these little cats singing this song. This one is really animated. And I don't know if I have enough room over here. I might change the page. This is just a cheap little book I got at Walmart. Um, Not even really a sketchbook. I think it's at the notebook section, and it says ideas on the front. But I liked how big the paper was, and um, it just has been sitting in here, not really being used. So I thought it would be a good idea to use it for this. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to come do this cat. I'm just going to walk over and grab my little baked good here so I can not feel I'm feeling a little hangry. Let's see. This is a homemade uh, peanut butter cookie. Our friends here, where we are in East Tennessee, um, she goes and picks up. She orders from the woman, and then she goes and picks up baked goods from her. And wow, they're really good. I wouldn't do it myself because um, I probably wouldn't choose to spend the money on it. But she gifts us those, and I'm not mad about it. Okay, let's see if we can do this guy. We tilted, a little bit tilted. Fuzzy face. Are any of you perfectionists? Like, are you like, it's never good enough type person? I kind of tend to be that way. And this practice, I'm hoping, is going to be helping me get out of that a little bit. Um, Yesterday, when I drew my comic um, in my other sketchbook with a pencil, I found myself getting really frustrated and feeling like it wasn't going the way I wanted it to. And I don't know what I thought. Like the first time I drew the comic, let me show you, was a little over a year ago. And I didn't really think I was drawing a comic. I just thought I was drawing Winter and I. And I used markers and let's see, it's in here somewhere. Oh, where is it? It's right around here. There it is. So I drew this in September of 2024 because the fall, maybe October, because the fall leaves were starting to fall in the forest over there in North Carolina. And this kind of image just came into my head. And where we were parked, there would always be like three crows flying around our site. And I would go out and leave them like peanuts and stuff. So I was feeling like they're a little part of our little crew. So after I drew this, I drew a couple of other little, not that day, but like that week or something. Like I drew this little thing, the birds are my jam, because I love fall. And so like September, October, November, etc. So, and then I just like drew out some of my favorite things. I had taken this course on Domestica. I don't know if you've heard of that, but it's like a artistic learning platform. And um, there is a course by Kate Sutton with a K, Kate Sutton, and she is in England, and she did a little art journal course, and I got it. And this is kind of how, she would do things like, your prompt would be like, what are you grateful for? Or what do you love? And so this is kind of a takeoff of that, where I love being bundled up with a beanie and a scarf, and I love campfires and fall leaves and the moon, cooler temperatures, you know, a cup of tea, crunchy leaves under my feet, little, windy, little bit of wind here and there. But all that to say is I hadn't really done this um, much since then. And then when I had the idea to start my comic, I had to start drawing again. And because I hadn't done this regularly, I was out of practice. And so that's why I'm kind of doing this now, is I'm kind of wanting to get more comfortable with drawing Winter and myself. And I feel like this will help me be more comfortable. So see if anyone's okay. So vegetarian haggis is very good. I have to look that up. And so I am going straight to ink, because I do usually draw in pencil. And I don't know if you were on here yet when I said, but I did that yesterday, and it was not going well. I was erasing quite a bit, and I was very much in my head. And so I did the little sketchy cats, um, that I showed earlier in the video here, in the other notebook. I put down my pencil sketch of the comic, and I just went straight to a Sharpie. Let's see. And then I just started doing these guys really fast without spending a lot of time thinking. And this was an old one. That's not from yesterday. And so I just was going really fast and trying to like put down what was in my head without giving myself too much uh, thought, like without thinking about it too much. So for me, it kind of opened up the freedom to make mistakes, the freedom to explore. And so that's why I'm also doing the Sharpie today, because I really had fun with it yesterday, but also I thought it would show up better on the screen. And I'm not trying to be like perfect with it. I'm just trying to feel more comfortable with the shapes and proportions, and um, by studying his work and what he did, um, and then maybe exploring some other cat artists another time. Getting getting the eyes is getting the eyes to kind of match, is something I'm struggling with. So, and there's so many ways to do eyes. Um, so this is fun to see how he did eyes and just kind of explore that too. And he actually included the little eye whiskers, which Winter has. I'm not getting their heads tall enough. I keep scrunching them. And I realize that after I do the eyes, it's like, oh, I don't have any face to work with. So I think because I'm live, I am analyzing it more than I did yesterday, but I'm not mad about it. We'll get through it. And this one doesn't have a little bow tie. So this definitely isn't a how to draw a cat tutorial. This is a practice drawing cats with me. Speaking of cats, do any of you have cats? We have a cat, of course. We have Winter, and we have our pup Kinsey. Um, and we're fostering Butch, who is an orange tabby like that. Um, Butch lives on the property here, and we've helped him transition from an outside cat to an inside cat. And then today, after having him with us for a month, and today was the first day we were able to like take him out on a leash. So Winter's always kind of been on a leash because he's deaf and it's safer that way. But yeah, for Butch, he was used to being like free range, but it's just not safe out there for him. So we all agreed that he should be inside, and he can help make that happen. Let's see if you guys are saying anything. Well, if you'd love to send me a recipe for vegetarian haggis, I would love that. I don't know if you can do it in the chat. You could also email me at natsilverart@gmail.com if you'd like. My husband makes things better than I do in the kitchen, but I think between the two of us we could make it happen. Okay, let's see what else we can try out here. I don't know that I'm gonna have Winter be doing human type things, but I think it'd be fun to I think it'd be fun to explore that. Let's see. That's really cute. Right. Hmm. I'm gonna try this guy first. I think that's as big as I can get him. I can do full screen on this. Hmm. Oh, that's okay though. Oh, let's just draw him over here. If I do the ears last, then I will get the face long enough. These ears are probably going to go off the page. Yeah, that ear's going to go off the page. Oh well. It's way wider over here, I think. All right, I'm cheating. I'm using a little bit of, let's see, the eyes are going to go around here, the nose, and the mouth. Let's see. Thank you. I can't wait to get it. I appreciate that. I have a goofy golden doodle that we got at a garage sale and 9 hens that are from 3 to 10 years old. They lay almost 500 eggs this season. Wow. That is wild. We have one little chicken on the property here that came with the property. It's not our property, it's our friend's property. And her name is Ella, and I don't know that she's laying eggs anymore. When we got here in April, she was laying a couple eggs a day. But also, if they go get her eggs, then she will go lay them. Like, she's a free range chicken. She doesn't even have a coop. Well, she has a coop, but she doesn't like to go in it. So she lays wherever she wants. But when they were taking the eggs, she would hide them. She would go in a different place and lay eggs, and they'd have to find them. But when we do have property, then I would love to have some laying hens. My plan, we had some property that we were going to be getting with a friend, and it turned out that we couldn't subdivide it the way we wanted. So it's not happening now. But it will happen eventually. I believe it will have our own space. But I wanted some laying hens, and I want to not eat them, of course, but I just want to have the eggs. And 'cause I'm not a vegan, um, although I love a lot of vegan food. And I also want to learn how to grow mushrooms, like get the spores, and like the property we were going to get had a lot of downed trees, and it's like perfect. There are already mushrooms, excuse me, mushrooms already were growing there. Um, and then I could get the spores and do like stack like dead wood up. And anyways, it's a whole plan that I'd like to grow my own mushrooms because I do like to eat mushrooms daily. And then the other thing I wanted to do was have bees for honey. Um, so whenever we do have our own property, we will, that's kind of the goal, is to have those things. I really love the little facial expression on this one. Okay, let's see here. I love that little white spot there. That's cute. Let's see. Hmm. Now his face is squished in that way. That's all right. I like his little collar. He has a little collar and then a little bow tie. But this would probably come out like that more. Do you guys like more realistic little characters, or do you like more humanized animal characters? I like both. But I don't think I'm gonna draw in the comic. I don't think they're gonna be. I don't think Winter's gonna be humanized or like anthropomorphic. Oh, I thought I heard the truck. All right. Well, you should have put the saucer where the hand was, not. Oh well, whatever. It's fun. Let's see. You guys have to see winter. Let me see if I can get this without giving you seasickness. He opened his eyes. Hey, buddy. He is curled up in that little bin. So cute. Well, thanks for letting me indulge for a minute there with him. Okay, let's see, get this back into how it was. Maybe I zoom out a little bit. There we go. Okay. Let's try this little sipping tea guy now. Maybe let's get the shape of the head. It's wider. But that's the ears, and then we have the stripes, and then the eyes are like here. Nose, cup. Well, that kind of looks proportionate, maybe. Right. I don't want to spend too much time on that because I will overthink it into the ground. Where are my overthinkers at? It's a struggle, man. You guys, I'm just want to take a second and thank you all for coming here today. Okay. I guess because I didn't really plan it, I was just like resolved that if no one came, it'd be okay because I didn't really tell anyone yet, but I didn't know if how the algorithm thing works and if, people would actually be notified or what have you. But it just, it means a lot to me that you're here, and I hope that y'all are being creative, even if you're not right now. Maybe, encourages you to just kind of like break out of the safe zone and do something scary. like draw while the people are watching you. That's kind of scary, but we're not going to think about that too hard. Um, but yeah, is Sunday a good day? If I did more lives, or is Sunday a good day for everybody that is here right now? You have to let me know. So I'm thinking I'd like to try to do it weekly, as long as it's fun and people are enjoying it and I'm enjoying it. Um, I think just, it takes the pressure off when I'm like that I don't have to talk if we're just like creating together. But, all right, so it's almost kind of like addicting. Like once you sketch out something and it's like you don't want to stop. At least that's how I'm feeling today, you know. Kind of got rid of the white of the little reflection right there, but that's okay. Let's try to be more purposeful with the whiskers this time. This one doesn't have a bow tie. Let's see. I like quirky characters, humanized animals, and veggies. They crack me up. Yeah. Thank you for the haggis recipe. And you like quirky also. Yeah. I mean, I was just drawing this little guy sipping tea or sketching, and I was feeling, whimsical with it. It kind of made me wonder, if I might do some of that. I don't know. I have this like quiet overall theme for the comic that keeps coming into my mind, which because Winter's deaf, um, I talk to him like I just talk to him normal with my voice because I feel like my energy, he feels my energy. And so I talk to him like he can hear. And a lot of times he responds like he can hear. So that's pretty interesting. But in the comic, I was thinking, um, how do I convey that? Do I need to convey that he's deaf? Or like part of me wants to because that's my truth that we're living with. And um, so part of my idea was like when I say things, maybe they're in a speech bubble and then he replies back because he does have a voice, he uses it very much. He's definitely more vocal than Butch, who is a hearing cat. Um, but I thought it'd be fun to kind of, speak to him with my mind in the comic, and then he replies back. Excuse me. He replies back with his voice. Let's see what else we can get into. Wow, I've been going a little over an hour. How are you guys? You still on board? Keep going? I'm gonna look for another cat and let me know if you're early work. That's a good one. Let me know if you're hanging in for a bit longer. That's cute. I'll draw your portrait. Adorable. Wow. Hmm. I might do these guys because they have the fluffy faces like Winter. Winter has a really fluffy face like that. Oh, my hair's in the way. I'm sorry. These these cats are quite civilized, having tea parties and playing golf and stuff that English people do. Oh, there's a marker in the book. I have no idea. All right. I don't know that I'm going to work that on their bodies, but I'm going to maybe mess around with their faces or sketch their faces because of the similarity with Winter's face being all floofy. Mm. Tiny ears. Winter has really big ears, in my opinion, but um, part of this process is me figuring out how am I gonna really focus. Like, am I gonna make him more? What am I trying to say? am I going to stay true to his proportions, or am I going to accent accent his proportions, like accentuate, like make his eyes bigger or make his ears a lot bigger than they are? Um, like, I don't have those things figured out because in the comics that I've drawn already, I wouldn't say comics, the little doodles I shared at the beginning of the video, um, did not show his face. And so, that's part of my mental block that I was having yesterday was like, how, how do I give him the character that he is and deserves, and how do I develop that? And then it hit me like I haven't developed it. I don't know. So that's, again, this is how this is happening, is that I couldn't answer those questions. How did I want to portray my cat in my cat comic that I want to make? And so every time I would do, a little comic sketch off camera, I would be struggling. And that's why you haven't seen me do much, you know, on my videos with that. Also, building the bus kind of took a lot of focus and energy away from making art that wasn't building. Let's say his eyes are probably like right in the middle of all of this stuff. So we're going to do that there. Little nose. And I'm not being super specific. I'm just trying to get the idea of where things are go. So Winter has this. Winter has like all of this. And I see this on him, but it's not like it's that visible. But he definitely has a floofy, wide, floofy face like that. So that's helping me a lot. And then yeah, he does have almost like a mane like this. So, all right, let's get some. It's still not tall enough. Like the ears technically should be like up here more. So we'll do that. Because we have a pencil, we can. But I don't want to get stuck like worrying about that stuff right now. I also want to learn as I'm doing this, so welcome to my brain, people. I don't know if that's good or bad, but that's what it is. Let's see. Y'all are quiet. Are you still there? Let me know if you're still there. Ooh, lighting. Does that help? No, that doesn't help. Okay. I feel like this is way over here more still. Super floof. Comes on more like that. It's funny how eyes, human eyes, animal eyes, like they automatically draw you in as soon as you have eyes. Like it's like you can see. if I never drew, if I never drew the rest of his face, it would bug me, but it would really mess with my OCD. But if I never drew the rest of him, like you can imagine his emotion with those eyes already. That's funny. One of the things that I've been uh, thinking about lately is how cats are so present. We have both a dog and a cat, and it's definitely really obvious that cats are more present, like in the moment, than dogs are. Dogs kind of like, at least with Kinsey, she is looking forward to the next thing, like, you know, where a cat is like all there where they are. They're like all into what they're doing. And it's been it's been good for me because I take Winter out on the leash every day. It's been good for me to just, he takes his time and we could be out on a leash for a half hour or more. I don't time it. I'm not, I'm learning to be present with him. And it's become quite a meditative thing because I'm not like putting myself in I got to get this done in a half hour or an hour. I got to be back, doing this other thing. When I take him out, I'm all there with him because he is so present in his moments. Like, I want him to, feel happy that he's outside, and I want him to feel like he's able to explore without me like dragging him around and making him do things. Like, you can't really make a cat do things if you have a cat, you know that, but um I'm not like I'm not taking him out so he can do his business and then go back in real quick. Like, I'm taking him out to be out and for him to explore and do his cat things. And it's good. It's been good for me to just not be in a hurry, you know. Kind of left that life anyways, but even if you live a quieter life, you can still get into like a schedule where you don't allow for the quiet and enjoyment of things like hanging out with your cat. Okay, so this kind of goes down. Maybe this one kind of goes down too. We'll see. Uh, I'm sorry about the dog barking. That's all I'll say about that. Yeah. I think the other thing that I'm not really sure how to do with Winter is that he doesn't have like these stripes. He doesn't have, a change in his fur. He's all white. And so with the other cat pictures and even these guys, their stripes and their tabbies and um, that kind of makes a lot of the image. Maybe something like this, where he's all white here. But I used gray in my original little sketch of him. Oh, here's some white cats. Yeah. I mean, what? Why aren't you going down? There you go. So yeah, I wasn't really sure what to do there. Here's a white cat. But I think I'm on the right path because I used gray on my drawings of him already to kind of like give him the texture of the fur and stuff. So I'm not going to worry too much about that. But I'm going to make this more bold because yeah, I want to see the fluff. Plus it's fun. Mm, I went off my little picture, didn't I? Okay. Where is it? Oh, that's cute. Oh yeah, I went down looking. I went down a rabbit hole or a cat hole. There we go. Um, oh my goodness, dude. I think somebody wrote something. It's interesting how we start drawings differently. I tend to start in the middle with the eyes and features, then work outward to the hair. You know, I I love that. I am not I so I'm new at drawing cats, other than the little doodles I've done with Winter. And so I'm glad you said that because, I think that would help with my proportions if I did start with the eyes and work outward. Um, and I also noticed about myself is that I don't do, and this is in every aspect of life, I could do something the same way for, like months, years, many days. And then the next day, I don't do it the same. And I notice it. And I think that's weird, but also interesting. And it might be my ADD or something, but I will change a routine up without thinking about it. Can anyone relate to that? No, Kinsey, we're not going out right now. Um, but yeah, so I don't know. I don't know if that's a thing other people have experienced. But yeah, let's see if I can. I think I'm done. Maybe I think I'm done. Maybe for now. Let's see. Oh, scary. see. Oh, yeah. So, Kinsey, we're not going out right now. People have driven up and Kinsey wants to go see them, but that's not going to happen. So, um, yeah, I've had fun. I hope y'all have had fun. It's been good for me to just kind of, I think this last one is my favorite that I did so far. This little guy here. Um, but yeah, I think that I had a lot of fun and I've learned um, a little bit more on how live streams work. And you have to let me know, like, is this format good? Do you uh, like watching the sketching happening and then a little bit of talking? Or would you prefer I don't talk at all? 'Cause that's cool too. uh, but yeah, when the camera is pointing on you, it feels a lot different than when you're just kind of talking as you sketch. So I appreciate all of you commenting and um, participating today. Um, it's been a good positive experience for me. I don't feel like relief or anything right now. I feel like happy that we were able to do that together, and I'm looking forward to maybe we can do it. You know, maybe we can do it every Sunday, or if you guys have a different day that you are more available, you'll have to let me know. I'm pretty much available every day. I am going to kick up my workshops after I get things more organized in here. Not really talking about organizing my supplies, although I did work on that last week quite a bit and we're a lot better than we were. But when I had my test workshop here, the table is too narrow and my guests were, I asked for their feedback and I asked how it felt, and it did feel a little bit stretchy, like stretching into the work area. But they also had a great time and they want to come again. And so what I'm doing is I've ordered some larger work tables, like individual work tables that will fit in here. And so I'm going to pick the workshops back up, or I'm going to not even pick it back up. I haven't really started, but I did the one workshop and I got the feedback and I decided to wait to promote another workshop when I have the tables and I can make the work areas more comfortable for each person. And I had to buy a couple more pairs of scissors and a couple more supplies so people don't have to pass them around and share and stuff. And so, um, yeah, I'll be picking the workshops back up. So that will change my schedule a little bit. And I thought Sunday used to be a more relaxing day for me, when days of the week mattered more. Um, so I thought Sunday would be a good day, but I'm open to it being a different day. I just want it to be a good day for everyone. And maybe I'm overthinking it like I do most things. So you have to let me know. Um, but that's my house back there. I live in that purple bus. Uh, and what else? I don't know. If you guys have any questions, you're welcome to ask me. Otherwise, I think that I will hang out for a little bit longer and see if you guys wanted to talk about anything else. And then I will call it for today. Um, but I am definitely going to sketch more of the cats from Louis Waine. That is helping my brain a lot. Um, I I love seeing the facial expressions of them. I love kind of studying the floofy jowls and the different way that the cats are standing and the different things they're doing. So I think I'm gonna keep doing that study, um, off offline or off lives, off the live. Yeah. So that's definitely going to be something I continue because it's helping my my process on developing Winter's character. Let's see. I like how I can't read without these. I like how this live stream worked organically. Good job. I found your come. Oh, good. Thank you. That's nice to hear. I like the YouTube channels I watch. I like both. They tend to not talk a lot, but they talk a little bit, and I like that. And there's another channel I watch, and she doesn't talk at all, and I like that. But I do wish every now and then, like, I would see her face or that she would say something, and I would be able to hear what she thinks, because I have to pay really close attention because she like writes it. And I tried that here on my channel, but I didn't hear from anyone about it. But personally, me, like, I enjoyed writing out my thoughts, but I also like to be able to talk a little bit here and there. So I appreciate your feedback. Yeah. Well, today is the first day of sun that we've had in over a week. So I think I'm going to go outside with Kenzie for a little bit and let her enjoy the sunshine. And yeah, you guys, I don't think I can convey with my words how much it means to me that you joined me today. And I hope you enjoyed yourselves, and I hope that you go make stuff and have fun and be creative and try not to overthink it. And yeah, just enjoy the rest of your day. And for those of you that are entering the quiet of the night, enjoy your night over there in Scotland. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Y'all take care. These guys back over here. Bye, y'all. We will leave on a winter note. How you doing, bud? Just chilling? Smell the camera? Yeah. It's good stuff, huh? All right, what do we do now? How do we end? We do this? No, we don't do that. I think I clicked this.